I hope not.
High C's first draft was Nats, right? That was the first
Yes.
Yeah,
time we drafted
yeah,
that
yeah.
set. I remember it was so like that was such a weird draft because I felt so comfortable with that draft set. Like I practiced a lot leading up to it, but at Nationals, I think I 1-2'd my first draft, and my one win was the bye because the guy I played had already been knocked out of day 2 and he dropped from our pod. So I literally got a bye into day 2 of Nationals last year, which is hilarious.
Um,
I
I
think I went
think
5-1 in draft last year, I think.
last year had to be like the humiliation ritual for me. Because the guy I sat beside, I open up my I'm in the calling. I do really bad in the Nats because of Gravy, because I had to play against Zach. It's a classic story though.
I think I
This is a good
missequenced
one.
that turn, Taylor.
That was tilting. That was tilting.
I don't know that I've ever been so socially unaware of like a moment in my life. I feel
That
so
was
bad
great.
about that.
No, I loved it. That was the moment I was like, I got to get on a team with this guy. Hold on. I love trash talk.
Oh
But
man.
I go to the calling and I open up my first pack and it's boat and it's actual conch. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Second
Dude, that's
pack,
great.
foil conch. I'm like, oh my god. Third pack, uh, big game trophy shot. I'm like, oh my god. Fourth pack, bluefin harpoon. Sam actually saw this deck. It was insane. It's like I open the next pack and it's like yellow tipple foil with like another harpoon, and then I open up a king shark harpoon, and I don't day 2 the calling because I suck that bad. I had like the nuts deck, like it was the nuts, like you couldn't beat it. And I
That's like
remember
a win the calling kind of deck. Like
I
that's
forgot.
crazy.
I think it was actually Peter, Boonsec. I handed him my deck, and he's like, "Oh, this is an 8-0 deck," and I was like, "Anyway, I'm like X3." It's like
Oh, that's so good.
it was like the most like it was just like, oh, look at this guy, he doesn't know how to play. I'm like, yeah, fuck
Oh,
Gravy.
man.
Dude, man. Yeah, last year's Nats was wild. We technically get one more week this year, right?
Yes, we
Like
do.
for Nats, because last year it was release weekend, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah,
Because
that's
I
when they.
remember I
Yeah.
bought a Claw of Vincerikai at the event hall Friday morning.
Uh, how about you, Sam? How was your getting?
Oh,
I
that's
remember this now.
a
I was
closed
like trying
door
to
story.
figure out what happened there for a second, but now I remember.
I managed to play Gravy. That's what's important.
Taylor is the king of vague posting. If you take nothing else away from this episode,
Well, it's more like gatekeeping, where like I get to like say stuff, but like you just don't know what I'm talking about, and you kind of get to enjoy it. You're like, I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah,
very true.
If
Very
anyone wants
true.
to know, I'm happy to tell you. It's just
yeah,
not
yeah.
something I'm going to say on the podcast.
If it my wife hates that too, by the way. I actually vague post her. She's like, "What do you want from the grocery store?" And I'll be like, "Just give me something good." And she's like, "That doesn't help me at all." I'm like,
Oh my god! If I ever read that you're dead, I'm gonna be like, yeah, Chelsea finally broke and she killed him, and like I'm gonna understand so much.
we actually talked about that once. We always talked about. They're like, "Are there any of your friends that like if they came out as serial killers, you would be shocked?" And I was like, "I don't think so." I sat there for a minute. I was like,
You don't think so? You would
"Oh
not be
no,
shocked if any of
no,
us were serial killers?
no,
Oh, God.
You know
come on,
what? Me, I understand. I feel like Sam should be a little offended.
no,
Like,
no." Dude, Sam would be like the guy that just snaps, and he just seemed just like right there, just like
you know what? That checks out. Like, quick, painless. There is no plan. He
yeah,
literally just kills you and leaves you on the side of the
yeah.
road.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
dude.
you know what? I kind of see it.
Yeah.
Loki, I kind of see it.
Yeah. And as
I
soon as you
guess.
told that guy to drink bleach, I saw it in your eyes. I was like, that's it. That's it right there.
It's always been there for me. You all just don't get to see it very often.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
deleted
where
off
those
of
Modern
YouTube.
Warfare 2 lobbies at? Then we'll really get to
Brother,
find out.
somebody commented on last week's podcast and said, I'm going to need to see Zach in Modern Warfare 2 podcast. Or no, it was in my Discord. And I said, listen, if y'all can't handle the podcast rhetoric, y'all cannot handle me in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Like, I promise.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, welcome back to Breakpoints, episode 45. Yeah,
This sounds about right. I think it's 44,
sounds good.
45.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We're almost to 52. It's almost been a full year worth of episodes, which is crazy.
What happens at
Um,
52?
We go yippee and then continue talking a lot.
Wait, hold on.
and then we keep going.
Is there a world where we can line up 52 with Pro Tour Vegas? 147. No, actually, I think there's a chance that we could line that up.
I actually think it's like that weekend, right? Because it's the
We do the
weekend of the
live.
17th. So it's like 6 weeks from now or something like that.
It's
can make it
pretty
work.
tight.
We can like do like a double episode just to make this one thing happen, or we can just skip 51.
Let's skip 51. and
That's
just,
way
like,
better.
Do 52.
Yeah,
That's way better.
I was too excited. We have to do it.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Guys, it's episode 52. Let's celebrate.
That'll have to be the one we do like live in Vegas or
course.
something one night. Yeah, that would be
Taking shots at like the bar.
It's just us like blasted playing blackjack.
Dude, I'm telling you, we need to be like walking down the strip doing this episode like live, like while we're just walking down the strip, like mic'd up or some shit, like taking drinks with people.
Here's an idea. What we could do is we could do like 15 minutes every night with like a person that we've had on the podcast walking down the strip blitz with us.
That is a banger idea, and I'm sad I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
It's an amazing idea.
It's like, oh, Vero, it's nice to have you back on again for our first and last episode.
Oh no,
Dude, that would go crazy. That would
Right?
actually go crazy.
Oh god.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah, episode 45. I'm your host, Zach, AgriBlaze96, and as always, I am joined by Taylor, the vague posting Crawford, and Sam, maybe a serial killer Young. Anyway,
I don't know about that one.
all right, maybe
I
it's
do.
too far. Maybe it's too far. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about this week because we have U.S. Nationals. I guess when you're watching this, it'll be tomorrow, right?
Yeah. We're doing this on Thursday, right?
So, yeah. It'll be tomorrow when U.S. Nationals is. Sadly, Taylor will not be going, which like makes me sad. I kind of wish that all the homies would get to go and hang out. Sam is going and playing Mario. Is that
I'm on Mario. I have been dissuaded from the gravy train due to a variety of blue instants that make me want to jump off a bridge. We have pinned the highest bridge in the team Discord that's in Minneapolis because of how frequently I would need to visit it that weekend.
I can confirm this is actually true. Just so everybody, this is like not a bit. Like I can show you this.
It's a real thing. There's
like
two things that tilt me more than anything in gravy. It's Cheating Scoundrel and Pilfer the Tomb. I just want to immediately yeet myself whenever those two cards come up.
Dude, Cheating Scoundrel is the GOAT. I don't understand how you hate it so much.
Every
card seems
time,
really
it's
good.
such a fucking brick.
It blocks
so
3 at worst.
It's a red! Reds are so bad! Oh, man.
You're crazy.
Anyway, Sam doesn't like Cheating Scoundrel, and I, in case you have not heard, am playing Betsy. So don't be surprised when you see me holding a trophy on Sunday, just keep that in mind. I can feel it. This is going to be my breakout weekend, as in I'm going to break out of the room at 0-2 and go enjoy gambling, somewhere in Minneapolis.
This weekend I'll be playing with myself at home.
Oh, shit? Real talk?
My favorite part of this is that he stopped before he said it because he was already laughing at what he was going to say.
I meant like I'll be like playing video games, like me and the Hollower and stuff. Y'all are sickos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
True. Yeah.
No doubt. As always, this episode is brought to you by the wonderful Fublazing, not Fab Blazing, in case you got any confused on any episodes in the past from Taylor. It is Fublazing, fublazing.com.net. I can't. It's in the description.
It's
down. It's for Blazing. It's down there. There's a link. It's got all this cool like data, however you say it, you can check out. There's also a really sweet draft tool that you should check out. It is free for everyone to use, I'm pretty sure, where you can export your draft from
Draftmancer.
Draftmancer, thank you, for Blazing, and you can see who picked what when. So you can sit around with your friends and blame anybody but yourself on why your draft went poorly. It's always great. I've been doing it for the last week with the team. It is a really good tool though to see like what everybody's drafting. Also, if you get all this great information and you need a place to take notes on said information, check out this cool Breakpoints journal that we got hanging out for you right here. Breakpoints journal, it's going to be your place to keep track of all of your games and all of your notes and everything that you've been playing. Let's see. Nope, let's go way back to the beginning.
I
Here
can
we go.
smell it.
Here we go. We're going way back to the beginning. Calling. I was playing KO. My opponent was playing Rhinar.
When
I think
the
you
hell
won.
was this?
Sage, just to clarify.
Yeah.
I definitely think
That
you
makes
won.
so
then.
much more sense. I'm like, this is like heavy
Yeah,
hitters.
yeah.
Like, what happened?
I realized that like you all thought I was looking at a notebook from 2023 or some shit. Like
I'm gonna say it's a dub.
it was. I won. I was at 1 life when I won. It says I went to 1 and I was able to go 3 wide to win the game.
Ooh, yeah, torched
So,
them.
yeah,
Dude, it's too easy.
something like that. And then finally, definitely last but not least, if you have not heard of, and I don't know how this is possible, but if you've not heard of AGE Arcane Games and Events, they run an excellent series. They have a website that's got this cool premium. You get all this like coaching, you get articles, you get all these great things you can use and utilize. You also get discounted ticket prices into their events that they have every month, I believe, at different. We have one we got one out west in
St. Louis, LA, and New Jersey, I believe, are the locations.
New England.
Yeah.
New England.
New
Yeah.
England.
New England. Yeah. So we got 3 locations. Make sure you check that out. It's a great place to do it. Also, if you're looking for more Aurora content, you can catch a really cool article that your boy, wrote about Aurora, and you can check that out to level up your game. Now that we have not talked about our weeks in Flesh and Blood. We're going to jump right in, though, because I know Sam has something really important he wants to talk about. So, Sam, take it off.
All right, real quick though, jumping on the back of that AG stuff. If you guys weren't aware, they also post the top 8 deck lists on there. I did not know that, and I was interested in seeing some of those from this past weekend. There are a few gravies in there. I wanted to see what they were cooking. It made me very upset, and then I went on with my life. I saw Loot the Arsenal, and I was like, I got like shell shocked a little bit. But anyways,
Yeah. Welcome to Blues Matter after we've taken all your blues.
give me chart back, please. My world for chart. I didn't see any skulls, which I thought was interesting. Anyways, so our weeks in Fab, first and foremost, I think it is a little bit pertinent for us to address a lot of the feedback, I guess, for lack of a better term, on the past couple podcasts. We've been a little bit critical of LSS, and some people will think that it's us hating on the game and stuff like that. And it's okay if you feel that way. I'm not going to tell you how to feel, but I want to say that it comes from a good place. We're being very critical of LSS. It's not being negative without a good reason. This is our favorite card game, and if we don't speak up and say things, I find that it's very hard for voices to be heard, especially with how many people I feel like are agreeing with what we're saying. And it's also perfectly fine to disagree with what we're saying. If you're having a great time and you think this set is awesome, I love that for you. That's awesome. Have a good time. That's great. But, when we see a lot of things that are troublesome and we think long term might be negative for the game, I think it's important for us to talk about it. Does that come out very heated occasionally? It just comes with being passionate about the game, I think. So, if you want people to be silent when they think something's wrong, I think that's just a bad place to be in general. I think, I don't remember who exactly said this, but this quote gets thrown out all the time that the worst part about a game is when there is a complete lack of feeling. There's a complete apathy for what's happening in a game because that means people are disinterested and they're leaving. So as long as you have a passion, be it good or bad, I think it's ultimately a positive for the game.
So I think Sam summed it up really well. We have been so loud the last couple of episodes is the word I'll use because we really care about this game and we want it to do well. And whether we feel like LSS is taking the game in not the best direction or we feel like they're not communicating with us the best, like maybe like we haven't taken their tone well has been something that I have really felt over the last like few weeks. That's hard, as someone who loves and tries to bring content to, the game every week, it can be tough sometimes. And I think Sam said it, maybe we didn't express everything in the best way. And I know that hearing the negativity can be down and like it can bring down your mood. And I know that it's not for everybody. But we say those things because we care. And I think that if we ever just start being quiet or not talking about things, then I think that's probably worse because it means that there's a potential for us to be checked out. And I don't think any of us want that. We love this game and we want to keep playing it with our friends and, play the game, see the world. Like we want to keep doing that, as much as we can. Now, Taylor's not sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, he's definitely not.
I mean, I do actually, I am not sorry. I do want to clarify. Like a lot of the things that I've said over the last couple of weeks, I stand behind. I still fully believe in the things that I've said. I'm just sharing that, like, that's not who we are, Like, and if you've been watching my streams or my videos for a long time, I'm a very upbeat, very positive person. But the last couple of weeks have been kind of tough to feel that way with some of the things that LSS has done and said. So hopefully we can turn this around and we get all this stuff behind us and from time to time we'll have some negative things to say, but I hope that we can express those in a way that comes across as constructive criticism so that LSS understands we're not just out here with pitchforks. Like this isn't Twitter. We're trying to offer constructive criticism.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't make a podcast because we hated the game. That's like not how that works at all. We're not 45 in here, just like, oh, it's fine. It's time to turn heel randomly in the middle of the podcast.
You know what? If there's anybody I believe was set up a year-long podcast just to like turn heel nowhere, it would be you, Taylor. It would be you, bro.
Oh my god, dude, you give me too much credit. That's too good.
To that bit can only come from you. That can only come from you.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said. Thanks, man.
Oh.
It's not a good thing if there's like a positive echo chamber, You want to have differing opinions. That's how you have innovation and have good things come. Because if people didn't have the original idea for the expansion slot, I feel like that would have been really bad. Even though we kind of criticized it a couple weeks ago, the whole premise of the expansion slot coming out, I think, was born of people complaining like, "Hey, I don't want to open the all mechanologist set because there's nothing in here I give a shit about,"
Right.
So there's lots of criticism you can give the game that ultimately kind of bring everything up. So I just want to get our piece out there a little bit. Maybe you guys can understand kind of where we're coming from and know that it's not a place of malice at the very least.
No, 100%. Well said. Well said. I will say, on a random side note, and I know this is one of our topics, so I'm sorry, Sam, I'm kind of like jumping ahead here a little bit. I do feel like maybe I was a little too hard on the set. Like, don't get me wrong, there are still aspects of the set that I feel like a little disappointed about. Like last week, like I said that the draft portion is amazing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the limited environment of Omens of the Third Age is like a banger. It is up there with High Seas draft for me. Like I'm enjoying it so much. But it does feel like a couple of the heroes are kind of lacking out of the gate, but I will say that like I think I criticized all three of them as being basically unplayable out of the box, and I don't really think that's true. I think there is like a decent chance we see Ziggy have a pretty good weekend this weekend, whether it's Refractor or Iris Build. Like there are multiple versions of the deck that are leaning into the good illusionist like core cards and just playing that version of the deck. So I think we could see something like that this weekend do well.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd feel that same way. I think my biggest critique with the set was that it felt it felt unexpired and like uninspiring, and I didn't like feel like reading any of the cards wowed me. So like I think like, and I still think the whole rant about Oscillio 1 just being strictly better than Oscillio 2 is going to be oddly relevant next weekend, which is going to be something to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of these heroes are ultimately all that powerful. And I think that the old Acilio is actually the biggest winner from this set, which I think kind of isn't that unusual for you to even expect. The saddest part about opening Omens, I think, entirely is that there are a total of like 9 Majestics in set for these heroes. And none of them feel particularly powerful except for the one that Zach got the spoil, and that one doesn't even like really fit the deck right now because a pitchless Aurora is just better than the pitch Aurora at the moment. As far as we're aware, I haven't seen anyone really come up with anything better. And I'm also a huge non-believer in the new Ziggy and Cilio decks. I tried so many different things with this Ziggy deck, and it's just a B tier deck. It does the thing. It's decent. It does make some annoying game states for Mario and Victor, which is kind of like a good angle for the meta right now, but ultimately isn't a very powerful deck and can still easily lose those games. So I'm not a huge believer, but the decks are definitely at a place where you could take it to Armory and just have a fun time. That's not like a terrible place to be. I just don't think from a constructed standpoint where you want to go to a tournament, you don't really want to bring these kind of decks. That's kind of where I stand on it.
So I would like to clarify that when I say I think there's a Ziggy deck out there, like somebody will have a good weekend playing Ziggy, I would like to clarify that like I don't think Ziggy is like this A tier, like high A tier, like S tier deck. I think Ziggy fits into that B tier category that you were just talking about. But I feel like there will be somebody who does well in draft because they're a good player and they, hit some good matchups or get some good variants going their way. And we'll see a Ziggy. I would be surprised if there wasn't a Ziggy in top 32 just off of the builds that I've seen because I think that the refractor version of the deck is pretty consistent. And plus there's like some pretty cool things you can do where you can like attack with like Iris and then flicker and then attack again with the same thing and like random stuff like that. There's some neat like lines and interactions that I think that if you have been sticking with Ziggy for the last 2 weeks that you're going to see rewarded at nationals.
Some of the coolest things you can do in the new Ziggy deck, a lot of them revolve around embodiment and lightning generation. You can do a lot of really fun things like repeatedly throw Gone in a Flash. It's just in this arrow that doesn't have to hit, essentially. You can do some really fun stuff where I've seen people putting Phantasmal Symbiosis in their deck. You throw that with an embodiment of lightning on the field. It's 1 for 6 go again. You name Lightning Flow, so now you can refractor it. It's this nice little like 2-card 11. There are tons of little plays like that are really high on value. I think a lot of these are predicated on that embodiment generation, which isn't very consistent in the deck, which is one of the biggest problems. And also, it's just like if you don't find the Gone in the Flash in the first like 5-6 hands, you're just like hemorrhaging value. Your deck's playing a lot of these like 1 value instants that you're throwing out. So you're doing instead of these like really nice, essentially 2-card 11s because you get to recycle the Gone in a Flash, you're just doing like a 2-card 6 or a 2-card 7, which like isn't bad, but isn't really where you want to be in the game of Flesh and Blood right now.
Yeah.
If you're doing that into like Mario, you're probably not winning the game.
We're definitely in that like Fab 3.0 space is how it was described to me the other day of like, blocking is not where you want to be. You want to be the proactive person, like on the front foot, like doing the things that disrupt or push damage. And that's why Mario is so good right now because, you see Mario doing damage and also disrupting. Like, I mean, you can throw 20 to 25 points in one turn and draw cards and make your opponent banish cards and like hit them with a codex at the end of the turn. And it's like when you're adding this like Syndra level number with disruption, that's crazy, bro. Like that's wild.
Yeah, Mario's just like 4 Blaze Headlongs in a trench coat most of the time.
And let me tell you, I don't know if y'all remember, Aurora was pretty good. Now, give her some banish some shit from your hand. Like, could you imagine? Dog.
I mean, they did. It's called Tempestuous Kiss. What do
No,
you mean?
brother. No. Listen, as the spoiler of that card, miss me with that shit, Sam. Miss me.
I will say, bringing it kind of back full circle, that's one of the most powerful cards that you can get in the Aurora deck and draft. It's one of the only few cards I would consider like technically a bomb. Even though like I think the set is like extremely well balanced from a draft perspective. It's like I've had an excellent time. That's like the only card that I felt like is maybe a little bit stronger than anything else you could possibly get, but it does come at the cost of having to play Aurora, which I think is a little bit worse than the other ones. Not by a ton though. It kind of depends on your draft pot, of course, because if you're a 2 of Aurora, you're feeling pretty happy about it.
Yeah, I agree very much. Tempestuous Kiss is that is one of the cards that I will always pack one, pick one, slam without even thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
I'll examine the rest of the pack, but I slam Kiss the moment I see it.
Oh, you slam kisses? Okay.
Ayo.
Hey.
Hey,
so
listen, I'm
sad.
just saying
I'm so sad I can't go to Nats.
the bonking you with my log short did pretty well today. that thing had like double the amount of views my normal shorts do, like in 8 hours. Like,
That's pretty good.
yeah, it was funny.
Oh man. We didn't even talk about our weeks. We skipped right past it. That's fine though.
Better
Nobody
late than
cares.
never. Taylor, how
Yeah.
was your week, dude?
It was fine. I played Flesh and Blood. Not in the Flesh and Blood, but online with the boys. I have a great screenshot of 15 people in the team chat, and like 9 of them are sharing their screen. So it's just like the most incoherent picture of all time.
Pretty
We
awesome.
did, yeah, we did a lot of drafting. I got to play a lot of decks into the team, practicing for Nats, of course. I'm actually really happy with where the team's at. That's like I'm like a really happy with everything, and I think when if they show our team on like the teams to watch, I'll be really happy to add all the heroes except for like 2. But that's beside. I'm not gonna say who they are.
Yeah, definitely not
Anyway,
anyone here.
So it's somebody else and Sam, I'm guessing, because
I say that
Mario's
like
fine.
I say that like I haven't registered Marlin in like 3 callings in a row. I love the pain. I love it.
Listen, some people just live for that shit, dude. I get it, bro. I get it.
Oh,
How was your week in Flesh and Blood, Zach?
My week was good. I mean, been drafting, practicing Betsy, which is like such a funny thing to like. It still hits weird when I say it out loud. But I finally landed on my 80, which I'm very excited about. And then, I mean, honestly, I've been drafting a lot. Um, I've been loving this draft. Like, it's just so much fun. Like, I don't even need to be in the team Discord to like enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong, doing it with everybody and then being like, why the hell are you picking that? Always makes it more fun, in my opinion. But I've been enjoying just drafting like by myself. I'll just sit and draft the set. It's a lot of fun. It's been a good week. I'm very, very excited for US Nationals. It's been a minute since I played cards like in person at something, and also like I don't know. I haven't traveled in a minute. Like it's been kind of nice to be at home, but dog, I'm ready to grip and rip some cards. How about you, Sam?
hell yeah. My week was pretty sweet. We've been doing all this testing online. I've been in there with Taylor as well, doing a lot of that. But I also got very lucky to have enough people to scrape together to do a like draft boot camp, if you will. So I did
Ooh.
that on Saturday. We did 3 drafts. I felt very good about all the decks I was drafting and being able to find my seat, even though Brendan may have obliterated and tanked my seat one time because I passed him a single rare Ziggy card, and he was like, "I'm Ziggy now. Just put on the blinders." Like, what are you doing, man?
Classic Brendan. Am I right?
But it was awesome. It's great to get a kind of paper practice. And immediately after that, the next day, I went and I played Riftbound for 4 hours for the first time.
Oh, that's so funny, bro. What a week recap in Flesh and Blood, dog.
Riftbound is fun. I'm interested in the game. I guess I haven't found so far the kind of spark that I have with like Flesh and Blood with the kind of like depth to the game, but it's brand new to me. Who knows? It's still fun to play from time to time, and the game is like crazy cheap, which is like the biggest draw. You look at a Flesh and Blood deck. I'm like, in this Mario deck I got together is like $1,200. I could buy 6 Riftbound decks for that cost. So yeah,
Dude,
that's
6?
pretty attractive.
I
6 is on the low end. It
I was
could
about
be
to say.
like, yeah.
I bought the most recent top 8 deck for $53. So it's like,
Yeah. They were testing all kinds of weird shit into me because apparently the online queue for Riftbound is like atrocious. My buddy said it's like if you took the intelligence of the average Talishar player and then like 1/10th it, that's what the average Riftbound experience is online.
Dude, I'm
They'll
gonna
like
think I'm
argue
so
with you
good at
about the rules,
Riftbound.
and you'll explain to them the rules, and then they'll be like, "No, it doesn't work that way."
Nah,
They don't-
I've been there. That's some cockatrice shit right there. I don't know if anybody watching has ever played Magic on like cockatrice or anything back in the
I
day.
did. That's the only time I've ever played Magic was on
wait,
Cockatrice.
what?
But Sam,
You just-
you are an anomaly, my friend. You continue to amaze me every week, bro.
You only
Yeah.
played Magic on cock. I'm trying to process the sentence, big
Yeah.
dog.
Fucking
I played-
cinema.
I played a rune deck for like 3 weekends over a summer.
Rune deck?
Yeah, it was Bant Rune, I think so.
What the?
It just I took like a million game actions. I would like tap my guy and like move things in and out like all the time. I don't know. It's been a long time. I just the buddies were like, we need a 4th for our commander, and I was like, I've never played
Oh,
before. They're like,
okay.
you can pick it up.
Oh, Commander. Okay, I thought you were talking about the 60
Oh.
card.
Brother, so I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, does he mean Bant Company? Like, what are we talking about?
That's
I'm
what I was
like,
trying to
what's
say too. I was like,
happening right now?
I was like, Bant Charm, maybe. Like, does he like literally mean Bant Charm?
Yeah, dude. Anyway, now that Sam's confused the entire audience.
I've probably triggered about 100 Magic players with that sentence alone, I'm sure.
I will say, you mentioned Riftbound, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But I ordered the the champion decks, like the armory decks is
Yeah.
what I'm calling them.
The Sage decks, really. They're like $20 like entry
Yeah.
decks.
So Carly showed some like interest in well, let me rephrase. She said she would tolerate playing this game with me to see if I liked it. And so I bought a couple of them just for us to play and to see if I like it. But like the how to play, like it seems very, very straightforward of a game to like play.
Just
Yeah. So far, it's felt like there's some depth and complexity to decks. Like I started playing the Diana deck, and a lot of that deck is like just nonstop decisions, and that's kind of why I picked it because I like very complicated decks. That's why I like Gravy. The more decisions I can make to like have a lot of agency, I feel like is better. Maybe that's fake, maybe it's not. I don't know, but that's kind of like my favorite place to be in card games.
I think a lot of people feel that way. You want to be making decisions and taking game actions because it gives you more chances to do things that are better than your opponent. But for people like me, it gives me more chances to fuck up the game and lose. So give me less decisions.
I just want to
man,
block. Is that the
It's a
hard?
good place to be. Yeah.
Block 4, draw a card, baby, play Goldbane Estate. You'll love to see it.
You ain't doing that. What are you talking about? It's log for 6, baby.
You're
Log for
right.
7.
Dude, the first time I blocked with a Fate Foreseen the other day, I was like, this card sucks. Draw a card. I was like, do something. Like,
The best thing about that card is you're gonna have a sweet alternate art at Vegas with Olympia
the fake.
brainstorming.
Yeah.
the Vegas promos are dope as shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
love them. Yeah,
I
I'm a big
actually
fan.
really like them. Like, don't at me. Fight me. You know what? Do at me. Fight me in the comments. The Vegas promos are dope as shit.
I like your community engagement. How about this? Just DM me on Twitter and tell me I'm a bad person. There we go. That's how you do. That's how you do Twitter
Oh.
engagement.
Now we can pull the Scott special and spell something wrong in the title, and like it'll just go crazy.
Dude, it works
Yeah,
so
that's
well.
perfect.
It was the first comment. Like I posted it. It was like 12:03.
Yeah, it was
There's 2
immediate.
comments. They're like, "Hey,
That
you
was the
misspelled
best
this."
part. Is like you can see that it's been up for like literally 5 minutes, and it's like I know you didn't make it to that part of the episode. That's like 30 minutes into the episode, big dog. Like,
I was like, you have to ask Google AI now. Be like, did they misspell it on purpose? It's like, oh, there was one time that I did misspell it on, by accident, and I remember I got a DM from Zach going, "Hey, you misspelled this." I was like, "Fuck!" I'm like in the middle of my run.
Leave it. Send it.
I
Strong.
actually do remember that. Like when that happened, I remember that one.
Yeah, I tried to. I think it was miscalculation or something.
Either way, we're here now. We're here now.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about Nats a little bit because that's what we're doing in 2 whole days now. What do we expect to see? You know, let's expand it. I wrote top 3 and then let's do top 5. What do you think the top 5 heroes are?
In win rate or representation?
Representation.
Number 1,
Alright.
Victor Goldman Estate.
All right. Reasonable.
Number 2,
Number 2.
Mario.
Yep.
It's
all right.
me.
This is yeah.
Number
this is why I
3,
expanded to 5 because I feel like the first 2 are really easy.
number 3, Syndra is gonna have to be thrown in there instead of Gravy. So it's Syndra. Just because people love that deck. They love them some Syndra. Number 4.
I mean, not only do people love Syndra, but Draco Fire is a big improvement for the deck.
Yeah.
Like
I love playing with Cinderclaw.
if Victor wasn't real, dude, like Syndra would be insane, I think. That's me, kitty.
Oh, cutie. Number 4, Gravy Bones. Then Then this was the one that I think the rest of the team and us were all fist fighting over. Was the 5th one? I said Vincett.
So I have a similar list essentially. You know, I think you're gonna have your Mario and your Victor at the top. Probably Victor in the lead, and behind that, I don't think it's gonna be Cinder. I think it might be like Gravy, and I think it will be a combination in like 4, 5, 6 of Acilio, Syndra, and Aurora.
So I'm gonna swap Gravy and Syndra. I think it's gonna be Gravy 3, Syndra 4, but I think it's gonna be really close. I think 5 is gonna be Acilio.
I think people love Aurora and just want to fucking run it in Nats. And I'm like, people yearn for the 0 for 4 go again tribal.
Yeah. Yeah. What is there a hero they can play that in right now?
Yeah, Syndra.
Exactly. Exactly.
But like some of them are going to jump ship to Aurora and it's going to cannibalize them. That's why I think there's aggro players.
Dude, could you? Ugh.
Like I understand, you know. I've been playing a lot of Aurora, you know. Like I get it, like trying different things. I just people show up to win, you know. Like nobody shows up expecting to attack for 7 overpower every turn and win a tournament. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no one would ever do that. Who would do that?
Nobody,
Okay.
no takers. All right, cool.
I wish we could get this stat. I want to know how many hardened cross wraps are registered this weekend at US Nats. You saying 8?
8?
8.
Well, there should be some Katsu freaks out there. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Katsu's
inflated,
great.
You know,
But then, like,
Yeah.
how many Aurora are like the Aurora?
There's going to
people
be
play?
7 Aurora. 5 of them are going to be playing cross strap.
You're
because
crazy.
because they believe in Kiss. I'm telling you. And then after that, there's going to be 2 schmoes playing, or 3 schmoes, however many is left. No offense, schmoes, playing Katsu.
no offense.
Maybe they'll play the.
What
maybe
the
they'll play
fuck
the
is wrong
mirror.
with you calling Katsu schmoes?
Maybe they'll play the mirror on 3, Taylor.
Last time I played you, by the way, you were on Victor and I was on Katsu. I schooled you.
You have never beaten me
I have.
on Victor and you playing Katsu.
I did.
Timestamps or it didn't happen. No shot. Win. We played at a ProQuest or an RTN that I won and I beat you.
Hold on. I played you on Talishar.
That could have been anybody. That could have been Sam's cat for all you know.
No, I have the DMs from you right here.
No idea.
Win. What? No, send it. No.
Is this not you?
Oh shit, he's got the receipts immediately.
This doesn't prove you beat me. This
I will
just
go
tells me we played.
Hold on. Yeah. Well, what were you playing leading up to KC then, bucko?
I was playing Victor, but this doesn't say you beat me. It just says, what do you think
I'm
about
gonna
the
go.
brew?
I'm gonna go find the list. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna backtrack this thing all the way through February. I'm gonna go through the Katsu data while you guys keep talking.
The funny part is, I don't even remember us playing. I really do believe you beat me. Like, if you say you did, I just don't remember it at all.
Okay,
The
hold
last
on.
time Taylor and I played that matchup, I won. Just
Oh
let you
yeah,
know.
dude. Yeah, you did.
LSR tournament. That's right. I got this shit on camera. That one we can check the receipts for.
It's on record.
Oh man,
That's like beating up the little kid at school. I mean, like it was,
bro.
Give him
Victor
all
just
down.
like smashes that matchup anyway.
The little kid. You get it, Taylor?
Oh, I
Was
wasn't
that
even
a
trying
short
to do
jump?
that. I wasn't even trying to do that. Now I feel a little bad.
I didn't know if Sam did it on purpose or not, but I was like, it's so good.
Damn, dude, that's
All right.
ruthless. What the hell?
So that's kind of where our head is at for representation wise. What do we think the top eight's going to look like?
Like actually, there's 2 Victor in top 8. I think there's an Acilio in top 8. I think there's probably there's 1 Mario in top 8. There's gonna be a Vincent in top 8. I am. Oh man. Am I allowed to say there's gonna be a Betsy in top 8? Like, do we believe that I'm gonna top 8? Is that a? Can I say that? How funny would it be if I said there's a Betsy in top 8 and then there is and it's not me? How hilarious would that be?
That
That'd
would
be
be crazy. I don't know if I want to be living in that world.
So what? We've hit. What have I hit? 5 heroes so far.
yeah.
Vincent, Cilio, Mario, 2 Victors. You know what? I'm gonna live a little. I think there's gonna be a Cinder in top 8. I'm a Cinder. I'm a Draco Fire believer. There'll be one that just like beats the one Victor they play, or like dodges it all weekend or some shit like that. I could definitely see that, something like that. Man, I'm trying to think of like what else is like.
I'm ready for this.
I think Kasai. I think you definitely see a copy of Kasai
Yeah.
in the top 8.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that and let's call it 2 Marios would probably be my pick actually. Like Mario's just so good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I don't know. I think y'all are sleeping on Prism.
That's a good one.
Mm.
I think I would not be surprised to see a Dash IO in top 8 as well.
Oh. How about
Oh.
at this rate?
Bro.
Only that far. But I still think Dash IO is a pretty good deck and has the juice to get over the fatigue decks. Like, the Victor matchup isn't favored by any means, but, like, it could get there.
I think
So
out of the heroes in the set, I think Fang is my sleeper pick.
Ooh, I like
My
that
dark
one
horse.
actually. I like
Yeah.
that one. Draco Fire also helps that deck a lot too. So like,
Oh yeah.
I like how not one of us named Gravy.
It's a
Just
good
wanted to
deck.
highlight that one.
that unruly bastard can go back to the bottom of the ocean where he belongs.
I mean, that seems to be the talk of the town. Everyone's hyping up like Gravy's so unchecked in this meta. But guys, let me tell you, Gravy can be checked by any meta. There's a blue instant generic, and it makes me very sad.
I don't think we're necessarily living in a world where Gravy gets checked that hard. I think the sentiment behind Gravy is unchecked in the meta is more of we're not respecting it, as opposed to like people are prepping for it.
I
would
think...
not. I'm sorry, go ahead, Taylor.
No. No, it was more of an adium to what you're saying. You finish.
Like, I would not be surprised if there was a Gravy in top 8. It wouldn't like blow me away. But like Gravy's biggest problem is that he like just buckles to himself. Like you always have like that round during a tournament where like the deck just shits the bed. And if that's your winning into top 8 game, then we're gonna be going, "Oh, I told you, no Gravy's in top 8," even though this guy was like 9th or something like that. Like
Yeah. But that's
It's
what I was
almost
gonna
always
say.
like a random hero in top 8 too, because they just like kill draft and dodge bad matchups. It happens like
it,
all the time.
it could 100% happen. I think on to Taylor's point, he said something about Prism. I feel like
Yes.
Prism also suffers from the same issue that Syndra suffers from. Is that Victor is just going to be like so everywhere.
Like, how everywhere is everywhere? Are we talking like 10, 15%? Because if it's 15%, you sit down to an 8-round tournament, you're expected to play it once, technically, of course. Which isn't really that
Expected.
bad.
I understand that math, but I like that math. I feel like always comes with the caveat of the players that are typically going to be doing the best or bringing some of the best decks, and therefore you have a higher likelihood of hitting them if you're going to top 8.
Mhm.
So, like, I think even at 15%, if you wanted to top 8 the tournament, I would realistically think you'd hit 2 victors. But I mean, anything can happen. What was it? Gosh, I think it was like Florian when Enigma was like still queen of the meta that made it all the way to top 8. Or no, it was Jarl. That's what it was. It was a Jarl like went way far in a calling. Never
Yeah.
hit
He
anything
should have
that. That's
lost
what
to
it
a
was.
Victor. I was told.
It was are we talking about the Battle Harden at Worlds? The
No,
second Battle
Maybe
Harden where
that's
he
what
we're
it
talking
won
was.
about
the
Josh Ludd and Singapore.
Oh, Josh Lind?
Lind, yeah, in
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yeah, thanks Taylor. Should have lost to Victor, huh?
That wasn't one though I was talking about, but that one suffices.
The actual, in my
Ugh.
in my opinion, the best example of that would be Michael Hamilton's CYB new at Worlds in 24, where he brought CYB new and just dodged Enigma.
Yeah, it happens at all kinds of tournaments. So who knows?
Yeah,
That's why we play
It-
card games.
yeah, I love variants.
The idea, I will say, like to Taylor's point though, I think the idea of, oh, Victor's 15% of the meta, I'm gonna play it once, is something that can be relatively expected day one.
Yeah.
I think day two, that all goes out the window. Because if you are winning day two, like you may only play one Mario day one, but you may play 3 on day two because Mario's doing really well.
Yeah, but that also means that you day two, so you got to be happy about that.
Very true. Day two at tier three. Tier three? Is it or is it tier
It's like a
4?
tier 3.5 technically, but
Nats is technically a 4, but
Is it a tier 4? I could never remember.
it's literally like a 3.5. It's like it's categorized as a 3, I think, on the map, but it's like played as but like the play rates are like a 4. It's really odd. It's really odd.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
all
tier
you gotta
three and a
know is
half.
that we got top 16. That's all we need. Top 8's
What?
gravy. Top 16, we go to Paris.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is top 16 a Worlds invite or a PTI?
I think it's just a
The
World's
invite.
invite. Didn't they change it now?
It's just a
Yeah.
Worlds invite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Well, I'll worry about that when I get there, but I can't go to Worlds, so hopefully they'll hook me up. No, you know what? I'll throw the last round. I'll hook somebody up. Let them in the top 16, you know?
I swear to God, if you lose a winning in for top 8 now or like top 16, do they can go back to
Oh,
this?
they're
Oh,
they're
dude.
gonna review this shit and like think I
Oh, dude.
actually threw
Oh,
some
dude.
shit, bro.
Oh my
That would be
God.
And for a year and a
crazy.
half to play Riftbound. Oh fuck.
My God, Sam, I'm about to spit out my water all over my computer, dude. Oh my God, bro. Oh, that's so good.
That's so fucked.
Oh man.
Oh god. From
That's so-
5K to
How'd you
new
get gym
game.
banned? I made a joke on the podcast and then I actually lost the game of Flesh and Blood.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, you just said that. Hold on. Okay.
This is a perfectly apt time for the final question of Nats. Is that going to day 2 on Betsy or not? Do you believe? Do you believe, Taylor?
I believe that I have a day 2 coming my way.
I think you will. I think you will. I think it'll be the greatest day 2 in Fab history.
I really hope it gets there, man. It's gonna be so fucking lit.
I would like to clarify that when I say I'm going to day 2, I think we're sliding in at 5-3. Like I don't think we're 7-1 going into day 2 or anything.
Could you imagine? Fucking cinema, you're 7-1. Oh,
I could 0-7 day 2 and we'd be good.
yeah.
I locked.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'd be so hyped. That night, the short would go hard. Let me tell you.
Oh my god, dude, would be insane.
I'd be so excited for the TikTok.
Would actually be crazy.
Oh man.
I would have to fly down there, and that's just like so much work to congratulate you.
Tell you what, Taylor, I'll
Can we
go X2
FaceTime?
just for you. I'll go X2 just for you.
Okay, as
feel
long
like
as I can
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Yeah,
FaceTime's acceptable at X2, right?
I just want to be at Armory and be like, look at the day 2 Betsy. That's my friend. Look at it. Hey, that's my boy. That's my pal.
I know this guy.
Isn't that insane?
That would be hilarious.
Oh man. All right, we kind of brushed on a little bit when we're talking about our representation, but there are, some meta impacts coming from omens. We got the talk of the town is the new Ocilio deck. Was it the Teclo Foundry just dropped their deck tech today? But a lot of people have been kind of rumbling about it behind the scenes, and Teclo decided. I think it's Teclo Foundry. Did I do that right?
It was Blazing for Lethal put one out. That was really good.
Never mind. It's Blazing for Lethal. I had the wrong person. Sorry.
Yeah.
They posted it out because they're like, this deck isn't very secret anymore, so let me put it out there. Do you guys think that Ocilio is real? I mean, I talked about being in my top 5 representatives. I think the deck is real enough to be represented at that kind of rate.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just like Kano Light. It's like Kano, but like what you imagine Kano was without Wildfire, but it's it.
The platonic ideal Kano,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You don't just get fucking one shot turn 0, but you still got wizard bullshit,
Yeah. I think it's a great deck. I'm a big fan.
I will say I really like that we are continuing to move forward and being like, this is Kano, but this is fixed. Or something like that. Like, I love that. Because I think Kano was a really cool concept when they initially designed Kano. But then a card like Ether Wildfire breaks it open to just combo in one turn. And Ocilio has a lot of reach. I mean, it's upwards of 20, 25 damage that they can kill from. I'm pretty sure I've seen some crazy stuff. But man, I love that we are fixing Kano and still giving Wizard that same broken ass identity, instant speed nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a lot more exciting too than the way Verdance used to play. You have this beat you down slowly with big spell. That's way less wizardy and exciting.
Yeah, This one's slinging spells on both turns. That's exciting. I like when they sling around like that.
Like either sling. Woo!
Yep, that's it.
Bruh. My God.
Oh,
All right. There's another card that's kind of cool that came out in the set. It's the generic boots, Boots of Ominous Ward. This, when I saw this card, I thought it was more of a stopgap / failsafe in case these heroes were too busted in omens. But a lot of people are just throwing it in their deck because it hoses Mario's turn 0 flick.
Would like to correct one thing. It is not ominous. It is omnis.
Sure.
I'm just saying because that shit's gonna come up all the time. It is ominous ward, not ominous.
He's just getting ready for his casting gig.
I just engagement baited you, Zach. It's fine.
And it worked. It worked.
I'm gonna get all the comments.
I mean, I'm playing Boots of Omnis Ward as a prevent Mario from marking me on turn 0 nonsense kind of thing. So I think that's real. Those boots feel really good.
It feels rough as Mario sometimes, where you just break out a Chalicera for 4 turns because they stop you from getting that mark off. But it doesn't come at the cost of nothing. You can still try to do it the old fashioned way. If you just happen to draw any flavor of incision on the same turn, then it doesn't do anything at all. So,
brother. So I gotta tell you, The other day, my opponent attacked me with a Reaper's, with the Clave or whatever on turn 0. I put 2 cards in the combat chain. They flick. I activate Boots. They discard Reaper's Call, and I have never wanted to cry so much in my life. Like, I was so sad.
Dude, that guy's kind of gaming. So Mario's are adapting. That's the scarier thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You all are learning this 24 hours before Nationals.
If you're listening to this on the plane to Nats.
Yeah,
Go-
exactly.
Go buy them right now. Go.
They're relatively like well priced. They're only like 30 to 35 bucks.
Yeah.
Like for an L, it's honestly it's not bad. And I say that because I feel like it's relevant to the, one of people's biggest complaints with Flesh and Blood over the course of like its entirety is the price. And I'm one of those people, like I feel like the fab price of cards is ridiculous most of the time. But like a new L out of the box being $32 on opening weekend is a very big win, and it's having a meta impact. I actually really like that.
Dude, this whole set is the cheapest I've ever had to like buy out my Majestics. It's crazy. I bought every M in this set at once on TCG Player for $100 except for Flow State. Because that one was still like 20, and I was like, that's gonna come down. And it has. It's like $7 or $8 now, I think.
Wow, that's insane. For $100?
Yes.
Man,
That's craziness.
that is
And then I
actually
went
awesome.
and blew like another 100 on some cold foil auras because Ziggy.
You saved
You
all
like-
the money on the new set. You can buy those, like.
He likes B tier heroes. What can you say?
It's the prettiest goddamn deck I've seen in a minute. Like, I thought my gravy deck looked good, but like these iced out cards all over the place, it's lit.
Yeah. The foil lightning effect is insanely crisp. Looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Like from
It's
an
so
aesthetic
good.
point of view, this might be the best set they've ever released.
It's like second right behind Miss Veil, but yeah.
God, I
those are
swear, dude.
Dude, you're trying to rage bait us.
It's working. It's working. I can feel my blood pressure rising. Like, it's working.
I can name like 3 sets that have better art than this one.
All right.
Go.
Rosetta. I love Rosetta art. I love Tales of Aria. Mist Veil. Underrated, but I've always liked Dynasty. And then Everfest, because it's in the realm of Tales of Aria.
All I'm hearing is you just like Tales of Aria.
Rosetta did have some good arts. Like, and I really liked I did really like Tales of Aria art a lot. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the lightning like talent so much, but the lightning cards, like in foil, like the gym pack
yeah.
foils too, the EA like gym pack foils are just so crisp.
Dude, if we had the same kind of like structure we have today back then for Tales of Aria, I bet that set would look bananas good. It'd be so sick.
100%.
Like I would just think like Lightning Surge coming out in like a EA cold foil, like say less.
Hard.
Okay. Quick tangent. What's the best looking Fab card?
Visionary of Orbits is up there, I'll tell you what.
No, I'm talking. Sure. Like I'm talking in the max rarity or however you want to do it. What is the best looking art?
Oh, like I honestly think it's got to be some of the Marvel Chi, like Rising Sun, Setting Moon is one of my favorite arts. Stir the Pot, Marvel, also insane.
All right, this is a tough one. There's a lot of like art to think about. Like, I don't
think
want to
there's-
leave something short.
I think
I
there's
was like,
one
you
art.
Think there's a correct answer?
Taylor
that's
clearly
not.
believes there is a correct
I think
answer.
there's one piece of art that is like just one step ahead of everything else, and
They
I'll like
face purgatory, and I'm gonna like execute him. I swear to God,
Oh.
Bro.
it's gonna be or Savor
think-
Bloodshed, and I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Welcome
No,
back to
that
Breakpoint
one-
episode 46. We cut Taylor from the podcast.
Breakpoints, the Riftbound podcast coming out next week.
Oh my god, bro.
No, I think Figment of Protection is the best artwork in Fab, and it's not like particularly close in
That's a
terms of
good
like.
one. Like, I'm not gonna say you're wrong and it's bad, but I don't think it's objectively the best one.
I think you're objectively wrong if you disagree. This is like a hill I'll die on. I actually have like a framed art of this at my house, like just hanging up.
Like the
Like,
actual Figment, not the flip, right?
yeah. The actual Figment with the angel and the sword. I think
I
it's
think the
just like,
Prism Marvels are pretty good. They're up there for sure.
except for the one that looks like stained glass. I'm not from Klug. Klug alters. I don't like his. I'm name dropping off the top of my head because I know that one, dude. I have so many pieces of TCG art, and it's like Figment of Protection is just like the cred de la creme. It's either that one or
Dang.
Deliver Onto Us from Magic.
You know what
I don't even know
actually
what
might
that
be my
card is.
favorite
Hold
art?
on.
And you guys are gonna laugh.
What?
It's the cold foil Tempestuous Kiss.
Oh no, that's a sick one. No,
Like
100%. That one's so good.
that's like top tier in my opinion. I don't know that you can sit and say anything's objectively the best, but like that might be one of my favorites.
I 100% can see that. It's so good.
This is the art I'm talking about, Sam. For context, I think this is the best Magic art. I have this hanging in my living room as like a 4x3.
Well, that's some old school lit. That's cool.
Oh,
That's
dude,
like,
this is like real throwback Magic shit. What is this from like Arabian Nights?
I'm gonna tell you what set that's from, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's just from War of the Spark."
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's just War of the Spark.
Yeah, I
Card
would
that.
have guessed like Arabian Nights
Nah, dude.
and you
looks like
know,
City of Brass almost.
City in a Bottle more like, dude. Like
What? What is happening?
Taylor knows what I'm talking about.
That's
So
that's an Arabian Nights card.
I know it is because people always made jokes about Patrick Sullivan getting all of his mountains blown up because he
Yeah.
only played Arabian Nights mountains, which I really wanted to buy for a long time because Patrick Sullivan's one of my like favorite Magic players of all time. In fact, he might be my favorite. Well, he's my second favorite Magic player.
Have you ever watched his podcast?
He has a podcast.
Oh my god, my dear child. What?
Brother, link me, please. Link me. I have to watch this. I love Patrick Sullivan.
Did you know that I think he recently quit the podcast because
Aw.
he is the lead I think he's like one of the developers of Riftbound now.
Is he? Are you trolling? Or are you being for real?
Oh no. No, that's dead serious.
Bro.
Why would I lie about that, man, dude?
I don't know.
You, you think I'm a liar?
All right. I got sidetracked because team chat's popping off and it's fucking hilarious. But
Bro.
we
Oh yeah, that yeah.
it's crazy. Anyway, we've covered a lot of the things we want to talk about this week for the podcast. The only last thing before we get into some podcast questions is there's a Sage stream this weekend. We didn't see any chain. We didn't see a lot of Briar. Briar
We
takes
didn't-
it down.
We just see a lot of
And by-
players.
Yeah, by a lot it was relative. It was like, 12 out of 48 people, I think, or something like that. It was pretty low. I don't know what's normal for Auckland's numbers. It was like 113 of the calling this weekend or something. Which I think, aside, very sad that we didn't get to see the limited calling. Like, I understand that viewership isn't always a greatest unlimited, but like, why not?
So, like, you're right. Viewership's not always great, unlimited, but also like viewership for like the Sage, the Showdown wasn't exactly, like regular calling numbers, Like normal calling numbers are like 2,500 to 4,000 ish, like when we get like viewership going really. But like, I mean, what did we max out at like 1,000 viewers this weekend? Like it seemed like there was
Yeah.
like 800, like maybe like 1,200 max. So I don't think it was from a viewership standpoint, if I'm being honest. I feel like it had more to do with like they wanted to showcase the Sage format after the bans. Like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like it's a format they're trying to make in the premier space. So I think they wanted more eyes on it to show that like maybe Briar is not going to dominate after all. But Manguchi showed us that Briar be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way. It's like watching the games themselves. I was like, anytime the Briar was on, the Reinar only lost because it whiffed on like that turn 3 turn.
That was crazy, actually.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah.
You run Hot on Reiner, man. That deck does,
Deck
full on
strong.
like burn damage to you because you can't block shit. So I just, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see what I think is like the peak time to ever do limited coverage is right before Nat season when everyone is like trying to learn the limited format. I don't know when else you would ever showcase limited other than a tier 4, but right before Nat season. It is what it is.
Okay. So we got some user questions. Do y'all think set 20 will be as grand as LSS is making it out to be, or are we going to getting set up to be disappointed? That's from Vile Warlock.
Shout
I
out to
sure hope
John, my
it's
local.
good. I will be really disappointed if it's not great, and they're hyping it up like crazy.
Here's I think I want to think it's as hyped as it's going to be, but like I feel like I've fell into this trap a few times already where there's been sets where they like hyped us up and like, which they're supposed to, they're a company. But then like the actual product is like very bare bones. Like I think Compendium really burnt a lot of people in terms of like game design and like what it's supposed to be doing, everything like that. So in Super Slam was very ambitious, but it was more like a can we do it instead of why should we do it kind of set. So I'm kind of worried that it might go down the same track where like leading up to the cards being revealed, it's going to be amazing, and then we're going to be halfway through the spoiler season. We're going to be like, so where's the power cards, or where's the cards that make this all function? And then we just never see them, and they're in the expansion slot for set 27 again. That's my biggest fear is that they give us half card sets.
I'm holding out hope. I'm honestly like I am looking forward with like bright eyes and a smile to, think that set 20 is going to be a banger. My fear is that Taylor is right. Is that they are going to like continue this like trend of powering down everything and like, expansion slot cards here, expansion slot cards there, like later and so on, which is an interesting concept and I feel like has some validity to it. The problem is that you have to get there. Like we have to spend all this time wading through the mud to get to where you want to be. And that's what concerns me is I don't know if enough people will have the patience to hang on and wait. And plus, like, I mean, it's been what, a year now? Like LSS and James have been hyping up set 20, I think. So I think if set 20 is like not an absolute banger, even if they are powering down the set, I think it's gonna leave a lot of people with a very salty taste in their mouth.
So here's the biggest like optics problem that I have with set 20 right now. It has nothing to do with what's inside the set. It's that for everyone who wants to engage with set 20, there's very little ways to, at least in the United States, as far as I'm aware, because we have PT, and then after PT, you have world premiere for the set, and it comes out, and then there is nothing. Like, there's worlds for those who want to fly out to Paris. There will be a PQ season, like, later, and probably typically around, like, that October time. But there's, like, nothing from July to what I imagine will be October for most people to, like, engage with the set.
No
So
shit, I'm looking at it now. Huh.
there's
Yeah,
one calling, right? We have calling Kansas City, but it is before set 20 comes out, right?
I'm
Oh
not sure
yeah,
actually.
it
Like we,
is.
we won't
It
get
is
set
2
20
weeks.
till September.
Yeah, it's in that lame duck format between like Pro Tour Vegas and the Set 20. It's just a lame duck format,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
then we will not see an event that is a calling or higher in the continental U.S. until Portland, which is, and I'm not
December.
kidding when I say this, 6 months. No, sorry, 4 months after the set. So
Yeah,
this set has no meaning at all unless you're traveling to another country. It literally has no, like, it doesn't even have pro quests. I don't think there are pro quests this year. Like, I'm looking at the schedule. There's no pro quests or art or anything like that scheduled
I
for
think
this.
those are probably going to be scheduled. Those are normally at the later half of the very late end of the year.
We
At
normally
least
don't get
a
those
couple years.
scheduled till after second PT, has been my experience so far.
Okay.
That like we have PT2, like which is Vegas this year, and then we'll get those scheduled for
Okay.
like that October range that Sam was talking about. So like there will be something for us to like talk about when it comes time for like ProQuest season again. But I mean, having that set and then there not being like a tier 3 or anything to like hit with it
There
before
must be some
Worlds.
callings that just aren't
Yeah.
mentioned, right? Like,
Well,
they're
so
just,
my hope
Maybe they
is.
haven't scheduled some.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's going to be like callings that haven't been scheduled. My hope is that they are going to start doing more battlegrounds events.
that would be
Those,
cool.
yeah, that would be a little bit of a nice stopgap. You start splattering those across the U.S. and try to get more engagement because I'm struggling to find a reason for people to want to engage with the game during this time period.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, and there will always be downtimes, right? Like there's always downtimes for stuff like that, but it does feel like there have been more downtimes this year than I'm used to there being because I remember last year I went to less callings, I did less things, and Carly and I were constantly sitting around talking about how, I'm gone here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like there's always something to test and prep for. And like this year, I have been to more callings than I've ever been to in one year. And there's been a massive lull between the last calling I went to and US Nationals.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
I think I'm only going to like 3 or 4 callings this whole year. It's just like there's just like nothing around me. It feels like.
I guess for some clarity, I did miss calling Memphis. I was supposed to be at calling Memphis, so that has added to the
That was also smack dab in the middle of, what was it, RTN season? Or was it PQ
Yes.
season?
yes,
So
RTN
like
season.
you was still in the, like, I don't know why we keep scheduling the most of the major callings in the middle of fucking PQ and RTN season. That shit drives me nuts.
That
Surprised
is
that they still do that after that Houston calling in 23, where it had like 100 people or whatever. It was like the smallest one ever. It was the one that Gooey won. Gee.
yeah. Gooey. Um I like that is something that I think they really need to work on. Like honestly, like and this is like we talked about this earlier at the beginning of the podcast, like constructive criticism moment. Scheduling RTNs and then having callings during that is really hard. And I don't like that they do that. And if they are like if that is on purpose and they want to continue to do that, I wish they would like address why. And if you're watching this at home and they have addressed why, like link it in the comments or let me know why. I would love to know why cuz it is tough. I don't want to have to pick between supporting my LGS and going to a tier 3. That is
Exactly.
unfortunate for me.
Especially because, like, I feel like you miss your RTN, you miss hanging out with the homies that weekend, having a good time. I don't know. It's like a toss up of, do you even want to go for people who are more casual? Like, why would you ever want to go to a calling if you could just do an RTN? Like, what's the incentive?
Especially if you can do back to backs. Like if
Yeah.
you can back to back RTN, it's like, dude, like let's vibe and go to RTNs.
All right. Well, that took a bit of a twist. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna kind of summarize this one because it's long winded, but it has one centralized idea. Apricot comes at us with that they're pretty happy that these sets like they may be underpowered, but it makes the Majestics extremely accessible cost wise. In the past like 4 sets, there hasn't been a single like Majestic that costs like $30. I think part of that is probably because there hasn't been a release of like strong Majestics that are generics that kind of fit the bill for pushing down archetypes. When I see like the big price tag on Majestic, it's on something like a Warmongers, that goes in like all the decks. It's like the card you play, like Hold the Line back then when before the book bans, things like that. So they basically kind of want to know how we kind of feel about, even though the sets are underpowered, it's a way better for people who just want to like pick up the cards because the prices are way cheaper.
I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier, that if the overall goal of the game is to power down, to like essentially bring everything down some levels, and in order to do that, we're going to make the game more affordable for everyone, then I think that I, as a person, am willing to sit through the slog of there being these 5 heroes that are just way better than the rest of them, and that being the meta, like different metas that we have for like a year or so, as long as we get to that point. Um it would also be nice, like if the goal was that it was very clearly communicated. This is what we're aiming to do. This is what we would like to see happen. Um I mean, I like that cards are affordable. It helps other people get into the game and it helps them like buy cards and stuff like that. But if the overall goal is not to make cards more affordable and also power down the game, I think you have the problem where sure, it's cool to buy all the cards and it's awesome that you had a chance to buy them because they're so cheap, but why does it matter? Like none of the heroes that you would play them in are playable because they're so underpowered compared to the rest of the thing. So I think that with that in mind, you have to have the goal of we want the game to be powered down.
Yeah, I think that drives out exactly why they're cheap, because these heroes aren't super powerful straight out the gate. So the set is, a lot of people feel is like not that powerful, and all the Majestics are extremely cheap as a result coming out of the deck, out of the set. Most of these heroes are playing Majestics that were not even in this set to begin with, that, that's like their power cards. And those cards have shot up dramatically. And it's not just like gone in a flash and curtain funnel. Betsy got her log, and now Double Down is like quadrupled in price out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like the the cold foil good time chapeau that's been rotting in my binder is now worth $40. Like, I think the affordability is not because the game is more affordable. It's because the demand for these cards is so much toned down dramatically.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yeah. Man,
I'm not.
that's what I'm saying.
It's like, yeah. I'm just putting it in layman's terms.
So, that one feels pretty succinctly wrapped up. Sal the Gamer Pal comes at us with following up on last week's question. What is your favorite non-fab, non-video game?
Non-fab, non-video game.
Okay.
I got a slam dunk. I know what this one is.
Riftbound. I'm just kidding. I'm just trolling, bro. I'm just messing with y'all.
Have you guys ever played the board game Spirit Island?
No.
I have not.
Oh, you guys are going to be in for a time. I got to bring this sometime. Spirit Island is the best board game I have ever played, and it's not close.
That's
Okay.
high praise. That's high praise.
I'm gonna fight you on this one. I'm a Brass Birmingham player, and that's the best board game I've ever played. And I get really snobby when I play it. It's so
I
good.
haven't even heard
I've never
of
heard
Brass
of either of
Birmingham.
these.
You guys have never, dude. Just Google it.
I've never heard of
Just
Brass
Google Brass Birmingham. Just go pick it up from your store right now.
I feel like I've heard of, like, I played a lot of board games. I'm surprised I haven't heard of this one.
It is like a masterpiece.
Oh, no, I have heard of this.
One
Never
of the
mind.
best
I've
board
seen this
games
before.
of all time is a
I know
heavy
exactly what it is by
economic
the cover.
strategy game where players act as competing entrepreneurs in England's
Yeah.
West Midlands during the Industrial Revolution.
Dude, don't say it out loud because it sounds way lamer when you just.
Now go read Spirit Island. That shit's way cooler.
All
You
right,
get
hang
to
on.
play as a spirit. It's an anti-colonialism game. People are trying to colonize your island, and you're trying to murder all the people trying to colonize it. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, here we go. Spirit Island is a highly thematic cooperative board game where players assume the roles of nature spirits defending their island from colonizing invaders. By generating fear, combining elemental powers, and aiding the native Dahan people, you work together to drive the colonists off before the island is blighted.
Yeah. So also,
Taylor,
what I
Google
think
just
what
donked
makes
on you, bro. Just donked on you, bro.
Yeah. So not only does it sound way sicker, but it's also a cooperative board game, and cooperative board games
Or
are
actually fun as
normally
shit.
ass. They're normally suck, Normally you want to make someone else feel bad because fun is a zero-sum game. But in Spirit Island, it isn't. You're trying to murder the colonizers together, and you get all these like sick, synergistic like spirits you can play as, where you're like each of you are summoning different like monsters out of the wilderness to murder the people there. It's awesome. One of the best games. I cannot recommend it enough.
I wish y'all lived closer so we could start like a Gloomhaven or like a Frosthaven
Oh,
campaign.
I
love to
would
do
love
that.
that so much.
God. Can
Yeah,
you guys just
said
move?
that one time about wanting to do a D&D campaign, and I've like it's been in the back of my mind ever since. But one tries to set up a campaign and run it.
I I can get my wife to do D&D. I won't do D&D.
Oh, you won't? I thought you said you
No,
wanted
no,
to
I
also.
can't. I don't see. Okay, so this is something me and my wife. This is gonna be a complete small tangent. I can't see images in my head, so I just can't do D&D.
Okay, so here's the thing. That is honestly perfect for my style of DMing at the very least, because I use a ton of custom created like maps and pictures. So you
Okay.
wouldn't have to imagine as much.
Yeah, I have.
I should show you some of my old work, like about kind of like what it looks like.
What's
Where's
it
my
called?
old roll 20?
Anaphasia or something?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
like can't like picture things in your mind like a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
I have
people
no
can.
pictures in this head.
It's like hard to read books because you can't relate to what's being described and stuff like that. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, Zach, I'm dead serious. I cannot see it in the image. Like, I can't like
Buddy,
imagine
I
an
believe
apple.
you.
It's hard to explain. Me and my wife had this like we got really drunk one night and we talked about how we think and it was like this whole conversation. She's like, "So you can't imagine it?" And I'm like, "No, I was like, my mind works like a chart graph. Like I have like different options and I have to take it like a path."
Interesting.
Yeah. How do you think, Zach? Do you have pictures?
I'm a very visual person. So even like like when I get stressed out and I have to like relax mentally, my like thing is like a visual thing that I think about to relax.
That's so interesting. Like I can think of something, but there's just no image.
The tennis ball for me, as weird as that sounds.
Do you think of a tennis ball to relax
Any,
you?
anytime that like so when I was a kid, I read this thing that said like if you can think about an object for 10 seconds without being interrupted, that like you can like calm your mind. And so in my head, I've always thought that when I need to relax, I close my eyes and for 10 seconds I just try to sit and think about nothing but a tennis ball laying on the ground.
Have you ever done that in the middle of a fab game? Like you're like tennis ball. Tennis
Yeah,
ball.
100%. 100%. My game it's called Mexican Train. No, it's not a euphemism. It is an actual game that you play with dominoes.
Thank you for
God.
clarifying.
Oh my
I was
God.
concerned.
Google it.
Yeah.
Don't Google it.
Yeah, don't Google that one.
No,
Our board
Goog-
games you can Google. You
No,
can't Google
you can
Zach's.
Google that. I did it just to see what would pop up
I-
before I brought this up on the podcast. Yeah, no, it's a domino game that I learned when I started hanging out with Carly's family, and like it's probably my favorite game I've ever played ever. The only problem is that like a game of Mexican Train takes like 3 to 4 hours. Like it takes a long time to play a game, but I love it.
Spirit Island also takes many hours.
See,
That's
I love stuff
Birmingham.
like that.
Oh my God, dude. Can we all just move in together? We can just have a big old mansion together. We can all just like live and play games.
What we need to
Oh.
do is we need to get like a testing house for like 2 weeks before a pro tour, and we need to do nothing but play board games together and not test for the pro tour at all. Is what we need to do.
I love the idea we do that. We all just scrub out of worlds, but like we've been making posts online that we're like in the testing house. It's like no games of Flesh and Blood were actually played.
Hell yes, I love this, dude. That video writes itself. That
Yeah.
content is all over the place.
It's just like it's like little bits of like us just playing like Dominoes, Frosthaven, and just like completely irrelevant things.
Yeah, that would be
And then like
amazing.
the final scene is just us in front of like a big TV with like a draft on, and all of us are just like,
Oh, this would be so good.
okay, I think that's
All right,
enough for
next
tonight,
one.
boys.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Oh,
Save some questions for next
There,
week.
there was another question. Never mind.
Oh, there's like 17, dude. There's so many this
I
week.
read through them, but they were all talking about. Wait. Oh my God, there's more.
I didn't think they were questions. I thought everybody was just chatting in my
It
Discord.
was a chat.
Yeah, I thought they were just talking.
There's both mixed in here for sure.
All right, you know what? It's 11:30. We got 5 questions. Sammy, pick 5 you like. Everybody else get wrecked.
5
Hey,
more?
Yeah, but we're gonna like answer these
We're gonna
like.
rapid fire.
Come on, find them and we'll do it.
All right. Version, whatever the rest of that word is. Do you wish that we return to having more push sets, but more importantly, non-talented sets? In your opinion, how has moving toward talented sets affected design?
You have to be careful with talents. If you make talents too good, we run into Aurora, we run into Lexi, we run into Oldham. You have to be careful with talents. I don't want sets to be too pushed if the idea is to power down the game. If we have no intentions of powering down the game, fucking bring it on. Let's go.
Talents are weird because it gets you into this weird like silo space, where you can't like design new heroes for it. I want to say like they're having a really hard time redesigning Dromai and Icelander in a way that is like different meaningfully from the original without just like ripping the whole card pool apart, because they want you to still be able to play with some of the cards, and it leads to some dramatic tensions in set creation.
Yeah.
I like it. Also, before I
Actually,
forget, there was one on the YouTube that I want to answer really quickly. My favorite avatar in Sorcery is Realm Eater. Okay, next.
oh yeah, I remember that question.
Yeah.
Zach, didn't you say you had some like shit you wanted to do tonight, like some bit or something? No, never mind. We're not doing the bit. All right. Anyways,
I forgot. Oh, it was the Riftbound thing. It was the
Oh.
Riftbound thing when I pretended to think about what I was going to say and then said Riftbound. Yeah, that was it. Clearly, it was not nearly as funny as I thought it was. So this is my last episode. Thank you. Oh,
incredible work. Incredible work. Let's cut it there, boys. End the show. Done.
you all should record an episode